Hey everyone, welcome to the Pulse. It's been a while since I've got to join everybody, so I'm happy to be here this week. So we're going to talk through what is in development, what is rolling out, what's launched, what's canceled. I went through the list already. I only had a handful of things. So I'm going to just talk about one that I'm excited about for in development, and then um, I'll pass it to Tamara. But the first one I liked in development was list email attachments in M365 Copilot. So users will be able to list the file attachments that they received or sent over email in M365. I'm going to just be honest, this is one of the things that you kind of just expect it to do now. So this will be a huge benefit once it's able to um, be smart over those files. So I am looking forward to this. Should help us find things faster. I still think that's my number one complaint about New Outlook is I can't find stuff that I know is in there. So hopefully with this reasoning over Copilot, I can just talk to Copilot and find what I need. So that looks like it's coming in March, or is um, set to come in March, and I'm looking at the environments. I think it's just the standard tenant. So I'm sure it will come to other tenants later. So that is my big one. And Tamara, I'll pass it to you.
Sure, Microsoft Teams private channel increase limits and transition to group compliance. So Microsoft is updating private channels to use a shared mailbox, similar to shared channels. So instead of messages being stored in each user's mailbox. Now, with this change, compliance policies set for the Teams Microsoft 365 group will apply to private channel messages going forward. Now, in addition, Teams will support more than 30 private channels, up to 1,000 total channel limit for the team. I think that's getting out of control.
1,000
Private
team,
channel member limits will increase from 250 to 5,000. I like that. And you'll also be able to schedule meetings in private channels. That's a big win.
Yes, that's another one that you're just like,
why can't I do this?
mm-hmm.
So that's coming out February of this year, and everybody gets some love. GCC, GCC High, DOD. Everyone gets some love on that one. And then the other one that I'd like to talk about is Outlook. Clear and flag actions in New Outlook. So New Outlook is catching up to, I guess, classic Outlook. So Microsoft is introducing new rule actions in New Outlook for the web and Windows to give users greater flexibility and control. This includes clear categories, clear flag, complete flag, and flag message, enabling more precise automation of message organization and follow-up workflows. Hashtag New Outlook for Windows. That's coming out February of this year, and that's going to the standard tenant. Tom, what do you like in development?
So just because it has shown up at the top of every one of these spreadsheets over the last 3 months,
that's why I skipped
SharePoint, new web part for FAQs. So if you have Copilot and you want to do FAQ on a SharePoint page, this is going to be really cool. The reason it keeps showing up is they mistakenly marked it as launched. It wasn't. So now it's back in development. It will be out sometime in March, and it will be coming out to the worldwide standard tenant and GCC. So that'll be nice. But basically, it takes all the content, builds a FAQ for you, and puts the human in the loop approach so it doesn't just go off and do its own little thing. And it's a living FAQ that evolves with the organization's needs. So I think that'll be really nice.
It's alive.
Yes. And I mean, because it's always so hard with FAQs to go, well, nobody's asked any questions yet. Well, just make some up, but I don't know.
This we even made an FAQ. Somebody today asked me for an FAQ for Copilot, and I was like, that's so hard to keep up. The last time this one for this group had been touched was August, and so now we've got to go update it.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like it's why keep an updated it's no, you have
Yeah.
You can
bots for
just ask
that.
Copilot.
Yeah. We have agents for
Update your
that.
FAQ, Copilot.
Yeah.
Then we also have list email attachments. We've had that one done by Jen. We have easily find unsent drafts. This is in Microsoft Teams. So you'll be able to
This
use
is
the draft.
interesting.
Yeah, you'll be able to use the draft quick view to easily find, edit, and send draft messages. So if you've got something out there in draft, you kind of lost it, you're looking for it, and for the life of you can't find it. Now you're going to be able to. So that's going to be really cool. Coming out sometime next month and coming out to the worldwide standard tenant. Then, along the lines of what Tamara was talking about in Outlook with clear actions and flag actions, you're now going to be able to sort by flag. And they are adding support to sort by flag status, flag due date, and flag start date. So that's going to be really good, especially if you use flagging a lot in your emails. That's not coming out though until May, so don't hold your breath. On the other hand, everybody's getting it, so that will be a nice change. And the last one that I'll mention, they don't go into a lot of detail, but I kind of think this is rather intriguing. And it is Microsoft Copilot related, and it's structured document generation with forms. So the description of this, and I'm assuming by forms it means Microsoft Forms. Structured document generation with forms enables organizations to create, manage, and generate standardized documents at scale with built-in governance and compliance in SharePoint. Business process owners can centrally build and maintain form-driven templates such as contracts, agreements, proposals, and HR documents, ensuring content stays accurate and up to date. Users can then generate the right documents every time just by filling out the form without manual formatting, versioning issues, or compliance risk, simplifying high volume structured document workflows across the organization. That sounds really useful to be able to have somebody say, hey, give me these fields and I'm going to create the standard contract. I'm going to create the standard template or the standard whatever, and it's all going to be in the right format. Go ahead.
Didn't we have something like that with Quick Parts?
Quick parts to a degree. I think you also had some of the things being able to do that with Microsoft. I want to say context. That's not right. Syntax. There was some of that kind of stuff built in. This, they're basically taking it off Copilot and just saying, yeah, we're going to basically build these things for you. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's supposed to be coming out in February, so it's not that far away. So when that one comes out, I'm going to be very interested to see what that looks like.
Me too. Me too.
And that one covers all the stuff that I wanted to cover in development and probably most of the stuff that we all wanted to cover in development.
I know. I took one to be nice, and then Tamara took one, and then Tom took the rest.
He's like the Cookie Monster with features.
Copilot.
You don't want to share. If I would have taken more than one, you would have been angry. So, Tom, share the love, man.
I wouldn't have been angry. You had your chance.
Oh, gosh, I don't think so.
Don't give me the talking stick.
Yeah, moving to rolling out. I will do one that I think is good, and then give others a chance. But Microsoft Teams select multiple messages to forward, so you can select up to 5 messages or chats to forward, which keeps it together in context, which is nice, instead of just the one chat. That's one chat that you're forwarding. So I think that's a very exciting new feature that is rolling out. So that rolls out. It should be rolling out now in January. So a couple more weeks, and you should see it in your tenants. And that is for all of them, DoD,
everybody.
GCCH, GCC, and standard. So that's good.
I'm happy about that.
Me too. What do you think, Tamara? What do you like rolling out?
Microsoft Teams interpreter in Microsoft Teams calls. So Microsoft is expanding the interpreter agent in Microsoft Teams to include real-time speech-to-speech interpretation for Teams calls. This is a game changer. This brings the same functionality previously available in meetings to calls, enabling users to speak and listen in up to 9 supported languages. Interpreter helps eliminate language barriers and foster seamless collaboration across global teams. For a more inclusive experience, users can also opt to have interpreter simulate their personal voice.
That's really freaky.
I think this is fabulous. I think in order to use it effectively, you have to be cognizant of what you're saying. So if you're saying something like a leopard never changes its spots,
It'll
that's not going
interpret
to
it word for
interpret
word.
word for
Right.
word real well.
Colloquial speech isn't going to handle it as
Right,
well.
right. So just be careful with that. And that, of course, is rolling out now to the standard tenant.
I can see people getting your voice going, we are now talking about animals, leopards, apparently. I don't know what this means.
Mm. What do you got,
Awesome.
Tom?
Yeah.
Well, I have one that I will cover, and that is backup capabilities, Microsoft 365 backup capabilities available now in GCC. So basically, the backup service allows you to set up your tenant to where it will start backing up OneDrive, SharePoint, and Exchange services. And what that means is if you have a problem with somebody deleted a document and it's been too long, or they just somebody went and did something, or they deleted it and they were smart enough to go into the recycle bin, delete it from there, and delete it from the second level recycle bin. Using Microsoft Backup, these things are being backed up as you go. And so you've got an ability to go in and say, oh, I'm going to recover this because it's taking these Delta backup time sequence things. It's also good if you ever get caught with a ransomware attack that you can like roll it back to a certain date. So those are some of the things that the backup service, which you can get with other vendors. This is the first time that Microsoft has stepped into this realm and given you something that's built into the client. So that is coming out to GCC in January. So if you happen to have that particular type of tenant, you may want to take a look at it if this is something you're interested in.
Awesome. Well, do you have anything else in rolling out, Tamara? I do not.
Nope.
Who would like to cover launched?
Ooh, I can do that.
Go for it, Tom.
So these are both Purview. The first one is Insider Risk Management for insider risk managements for agents. So as AI agents become deeply embedded in enterprise ecosystems, they're evolving beyond simple tools or workflow into a digital workforce. Basically, you need to be looking at risk management for these agents as they can go off and do things, and you're not always sure exactly what they're doing if you haven't built them correctly. So this insider risk management is going to be able to allow you to create policies based on what your internal policies are, governance, organizational requirements, and it will be watching those kind of things so you don't get bit by somebody doing some sort of an agent and it's kind of bypassed all the insider risk management stuff. So that should have come out last month. That came out to standard worldwide. And the other one, also being Purview, endpoint data loss prevention, show customized messages or hyperlink for multiple file toast. Ding. With this feature, when multiple files are involved in a DLP enforcement action, the policy tip will now show multiple files in their respective status. So instead of you just getting a little single toast pop-up, it's going to actually give you the details of the different things that are triggering that, which will be nice. That's coming out in January, or should be launching out this month, and it also came out to standard worldwide. So those are the only two things we hadn't launched this time.
Awesome. Well, in canceled, there's only one thing, and this is also a Purview compliance report, information protection. Enable admins to set the default document library label based on the container label of a group site or team. So it was allowing documents to inherit labels based on, their group site or team. That is being postponed indefinitely and has been canceled. So sometimes they say, postponed until we can work on it, or postponed till later. This one seems very clear. We are postponed indefinitely and it has been canceled.
And they didn't even apologize for the inconvenience, which they always apologize for the inconvenience.
I love that. So if you were looking for that, don't. But that's all we have for updates this week. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more pretty soon. So thank you for joining into the show, and we'll be back next week with more updates.
And more people.
And more people.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we do have a new person coming on board. Go ahead and tell
Matthew
them about it.
Ruderman will be joining us from a security bent.
Cool.
So.
Very cool. All righty. Well, we'll see you next week then when we have Matthew. Thanks,
Yay.
everybody.
Bye.